Hello, beautiful you. I want to give you something that helped me a lot in making changes in my life. It's a saying. I adjust it depending on who I'm talking to, but basically, I don't allow myself to ever use the phrase. I don't allow myself to use a couple of phrases. I try to never say the word can't because our minds hear what we say, and we are not fully in control of what goes on in our minds. If we were, we wouldn't have anxiety attacks, depression. We wouldn't have invasive thoughts or fear. We wouldn't have a lot of things if we fully controlled our own minds. Our minds are easily influenced, and we are far, far, far stronger than we even know. You know, you can do anything. That's why in this country, in America, many people have learned that there's nothing you can't do in this country. There really isn't. If you put your mind to it and you want to make it happen, you can make it happen, I believe. And so I refuse to use the word can't. That's one of the things that I do, because when you say, "Oh, that won't work, that can't work, I can't do that." Your mind hears, "I can't do that," and automatically starts coming up with all of the reasons why you can't do it. It's always easier to think about why you can't do something. So I don't allow myself to use that word. And then I also no longer ever use the phrase, "I wish." I wish I could go to Hawaii. I wish I could have a new car. I wish I could live somewhere else. I wish. I don't ever use that phrase, because what I say instead is wish in one hand, poop in the other, and what do you have? A hand of poop. I know that's kind of silly to say, but it's so true. That's what a wish is worth. A wish is worth nothing. Make it happen for yourself if that's what you want to do. Believe that you can make it happen, because you can. You really, really can. If you want to make something happen, you can put down every single barrier that's in front of you if you just put your mind to it. But if something is daunting and difficult, it's very, very easy to come up with a million reasons why you can't. Nothing is accomplished. Typically, things are not accomplished, in a short period of time, especially if you're like me and you don't have a whole lot of money. I've been poor for a lot of my life. I'm middle class, but I have to work for everything I want. I mean, I can, afford to go to the grocery store now, which is actually saying a lot, right? I can afford to go to the grocery store and buy the things that I want, pretty much. But throughout my life, I've become accustomed to learning to be frugal. And so that's what I'm more used to. But I do have, I'm more lenient with the things that I buy now. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to tell you that I'm somebody who, I don't have a lot of money and resources. I'm very, very blessed. I'm very, very blessed. I understand that. But I don't just have money to pick up and move anywhere I want to in the entire world or United States. But if I'm determined enough, I can make anything happen. And you can too. You really can. It's not nearly as hard as you think it might be. But one of your biggest barriers is your own mind. And so when you say wish in one hand, poop in another, what do you have? A handful of poop. Remember that. A wish is worthless. Worthless. You can make something happen, but not if all you're doing is wishing. Visualize yourself in whatever it is that you see for your future. Visualize yourself there and start thinking about it. I think it's really important to have dreams. I mean, it's easy to go through this life and not have any dreams at all. Just, get lost in the monotony of day-to-day life, and it's hard to remember our dreams, especially when you dream big and things seem daunting, but you can make it happen. You can. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to visualize it, and you can't take no for an answer. But once you start making things happen in your life, if you give it some time, and maybe after a year or two, you look back and see how far you've come, see what you've been able to accomplish, and you will realize that you have made changes just by thinking about what you want, not accepting the idea of the word can't, and reminding yourself that wish is worthless. The reason why I say a wish is worthless is it's almost like a straight up daydream. Oh, I wish we could go on a cruise. What's stopping you? Make it happen. Don't just wish this stuff. I mean, I also think that's part of what can contribute to depression and sadness is wanting all these things, but believing that you can't have them. It's a lie. You can have anything you want. You just have to do it. Don't take no for an answer. It won't come to you tomorrow. No. You will have to work for it. There's nothing worth having in this world that is not going to cost you something to get it. But you can make it happen. I promise you can. You just have to believe in it. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. Don't accept can't. Don't even say the word. Keep it. Banish it from your vocabulary. And don't say I wish either. It's just the same thing. When you say I wish, it's like you're saying you've already conceded. You've already conceded that you can't have it. It's nothing but a pipe dream. But that's not true. And the more that you believe it is true, the more you stay imprisoned in your own life, imprisoned in your own mind. Be motivated to make change in your life, but don't wait for anybody else. And don't expect that it's going to be easy. Expect that you're going to have to work for it, because it's not worth having if you don't. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can't come up with a really good example right now, but if you just think about vegetables, look at all the work that goes into growing vegetables. You start with a little seed. You have to tend to it every day. It's very slow. It takes forever. When the fruit finally shows up on the plant, it takes even longer for it to ripen. You have to protect it against weather and pests and everything like that. But when it's finally done and you get to eat it, it's delicious. You know where it came from. You know what was used to help it grow, and it's totally worth it. If you just go to the store and buy a piece of fruit, you don't even know what kind of pesticides or inorganic things were used on it. It doesn't have nearly the flavor, and it's likely that it probably wasn't even sourced in such a way that protects the environment and allows it to keep on producing those types of things. Or you know, it's just not worth that much. But when you eat a piece of fruit or vegetable that you grew on your own, the satisfaction that you can get from that is absolutely amazing. So that's just one little example of how important it is for you to work towards your own dreams and goals and not to give up. It's going to be work, but I look back now at where I was 10, 15 years ago, and I do have the life that I wanted for myself back then. I mean, I want more things in life now. That's the other thing, too. We'll never actually satisfy all of our wants and desires. We are always going to want more, and that's another reason why it's so very important to look back at where you used to be and think about how much you've accomplished. If you don't, if you don't think about the things that you've accomplished and where you've come from, it is hard to keep going, you know, in that same form. But I promise you, you can have anything you want if you will just stop using the word can't and stop saying I wish and make it happen for yourself. You have the power. I don't care how little money you have, make, or anything else. You still have the power to make it happen. You really do. So I hope this helps you today. I hope that it motivates you. I just want you to learn and understand how much power you actually have. You truly are beautiful, you, and you can make it happen. Just put it in your mind and it will come true.